and Eckert is running. No. Gray Ann. Eckert? Good. You're still Mike, though. Good. All right. That's your daughter. Well, it was one of his daughters. I wasn't sure which one. This tractor was purchased new by your great-grandfather. It didn't say what year, but Mike is the second owner. 53. Bought it new in 53. Nice to see a family tractor on the same farm. Just don't see that much. A lot of history there, son. Keep that going.
Looking good.
All right, we got one here that's a 1968, a little shorter tractor. International, of course, not only built farm tractors, but like all the other manufacturers, they got into lawn and garden equipment. And this is one of the nice little pieces that they bought. And it's a diesel, and that's a sort of an unusual little piece. Ronnie Sauter of Glasgow, Missouri has this piece. Thank you, sir. It's nice to see a little different piece.
Okay, we got some history here. Farmall H, 1945, first date. Wayne Russell from Harrisburg, the owner and operated by Daniel Russell. Grandpa bought this H new on May 10, 1945. Probably got out of the service and he went and bought the tractor, maybe. But anyway, what do you want to think that this tractor cost in 1945? $1,250. Wagon gear is a number 52 double reach made from 1952 to 57. It's also, I assume, an International Harvester wagon. I better say that. It's the colors of International Harvester. And we've got two young ones riding there in the precious cargo on the wagon. 5 generations right here represented in this tractor. Give them a hand. Family here.
You might like to look at the color of those wheels on the rim. Wayne's brother who painted those was telling me when they got that ready, they found some remnants of the original paint, and it's exactly that cream color, just almost exactly. Now, you may think somebody painted this tractor white just for the heck of it, Miles, but that's not true. No, they didn't. This came out of the factory, just like it is here. This was a demonstrator. International, like all the tractor manufacturers, tried to come up with ideas and stunts that would promote their tractor. And so they went through a period when they painted some white, which obviously when they were selling Internationals that were red for centuries, almost, they would have a white tractor would draw a lot of attention. This was a 1958 Super 8, and it was painted white at the factory, used as a demonstrator, and then of course sold. Joe and Vincent Clyde of Herman, Missouri owned the tractor. Bill Sawyer restored it, and it was painted by Doug Williams and shown during our 100th anniversary show in 1993. Thank you, folks. See that piece. Don't see many like that painted white.
Well, we've got a whole family situation here. We're going to pull up here far enough so they can kind of get all the way up here. This is a really neat exhibit here. This is Scott Beckman, and he is driving a 1924 McCormick Series 1020 purchased just recently by the Beckman family of Stover. The tractor originated in Milwaukee and Wisconsin area. Very early 1020 with a brass carburetor, road bands have been added, restoration not complete. Now, you see all the Beckman tractors, as you see them all in line, have got 5 flags on each exhibit. The 5 flags are on the Beckman farmhalls in honor of the active, veteran, and fallen soldiers of the 5 branches of the United States Armed Forces. Give them a hand. Next is a 1938 Farmall F20 purchased in Southern Illinois, partially restored but finished by the Beckman family of Stover in 2007. Very nice indeed. Next, we got a 1941 Farmall B all decked out. The Beckman's bring us the goods. I just went to Camp, Missouri last night, and announced all these nice tractors. The Beckmans had all theirs at the Camp Street Fair, and they had about 50 tractors down there, and it was a wonderful evening. 41B, driver Darren Beckman and Tara Beckman, and this is a little falsely looking, but I noticed Kara last night. She was watching, was it her aunt, her grandmother, and when Grandma turned the rear wheel, you turned the same as Grandma did. And you were just a class act, and you still are right there today. Give them a nice hand. We'd like to see them young ones in working clothes.
All right, Miles, we got another family tractor here. We're going to get this little H up here. This is a 1949 H. It's owned by the Beckman family of Stover. It was purchased new in 1949, June of 1949, by father and grandfather George Beckman. It's restored in 2005, and it has a rare IHC Heisler toolbox on it. We're going to get a little pulling demonstration of those today.
The Beckman family, once again, let's give them a nice hand. They brought us a nice array of farmalls.
While we're getting ready to go, let me tell you what they're going to pull. This is a 1948 Farmall Cub. They were very popular. They were about the power of 2 horses, and they were very popular. They replaced the horse on many farms after World War II. This tractor was restored in 2005 by the Beckman family, and it's driven by Taylor Beckman today. Found in southern Missouri, not very nice shape.
Now we're going to have a lesson in breaking a tractor to lead. Sometimes the announcers get a little long-winded and we probably run out of gas. Okay.
Thank you.
That's the quietest Farmall Cub
That
I've
is
ever
the
heard.
quietest tractor we've had go through the parade today. But now we got another one coming up here, I hope. As you can see, this man's pulling an exhibit. And this was what that tractor would have pulled. And you can tell by going up the hill what a load it was. We wonder what he did when the wheat crop was over 20 acres. But it is nice to see a matched exhibit, Miles. This is a 1949 C International row crop tractor, 20.9 horsepower. All in Geneva Records of Jeff City. Paul's driving it today. This came from a farm auction in Useful, Missouri. Set outside for many years and they restored it and it runs good. But what I want to call your attention to, that's probably as much of an interest, at least to me, is what it's attached to. And that is a 1952 McCormick Deering Model 52 combine. This combine is, of course, a power takeoff model. It would have been pulled with a little tractor like this. Would have been a pretty good load for it, but it would have done it. And it's, I think Miles said, a 54-inch cut. It was last used in 1997 to cut clover. Nice, nice exhibit. Can you turn that thing over as you roll that combine over a little bit if it'll go?
Do I hear bells?
How would you like to cut your wheat with that today?
Well, I tell you what, you might want to go to the field a little early.
Be a little slower going. Thank you, sir. I'd like to see that.
Nice.
That's how it would have been about 1952.
Richard, what do you want for Christmas?
Ho, ho, ho. Look who's coming out, kid.
My goodness, Santa coming
Who's
to
coming out
town.
here now?
Coming to town early on a John Deere 620. What do you know about that? 1957. That's the tractor, not Santa Claus. He's eternal. John Deere, Santa's other deer for pulling his sled. Owner Star Pines, the Christmas tree farm right here in Boonville, Missouri. Shown by none other than St. Nicholas himself. All the way that key, we got a award. This is North Pole. This has got to be the farthest away that we've got.
Yeah, I think the farthest, the tractor come the farthest to be with us today is
Santa's sled full of people at the Christmas tree farm during right here in Boonville. Farm Star Pines open Thanksgiving Day for you to ride to the field and pick your tree. Santa says, Merry Christmas. Now, I got to tell you what I want for Christmas, Santa.
Thank you for being with us, Santa, coming such a far way. Hope you enjoy vacation here in the nice warm climate. You know, it's probably pretty cold up north. Well, Miles, these people almost got their horse, but they didn't. We got a nice transition piece now, 1937 Inco Power Horse. This is a 13 horsepower tractor. These folks are from from Canaan, Utah. They're the McAllisters. Ted McAllister from Canaan, Utah. And this was built in Salt Lake City, and it was built to pull horse-drawn equipment. And as you can see how the gentleman is operating it there, he can pull the reins, turn it, he pulls them both back, he'll go backwards, like that. Powered by an Alice Chalmer Model B engine. Thank you, sir. Nice meeting, Devin. Appreciate having you.
They're saying don't get the cart before the horse comes.
Don't get the cart before the horse.
John Deere LA with wow. Yeah, there it is. Couldn't find it. James Hamilton from Columbia Mow, 1944. Been in the Hamilton family since 1952. Additional equipment, cultivator, simple mower, and planter. 6th year at the show. And we hope that there's many more because we like these nice original John Deere.
Got another nicer John Deere here, Miles. It's had a little paint put on it, but it's an awful nice tractor. It's a 1947, a little later Model A. Glenn and Linda Ratzloff of Independence, Missouri, and it's what you call a slant dash, because the dash has got a cast iron dash and batteries right in front of it. So thank you for being with us.
The Greater Kansas City Club right here from Kansas City Mow. They are one of the premier clubs that you'll find, and here's another one right here, Bob Annis from Green Valley on his John Deere 1957 520. Restored and painted by Bob Annis and operated by Bob Annis right there. And he's got beautiful, and unless my eyes are deceiving, says it is for sale. My goodness, Key, I better lock Key up next to he'll be buying it here. But anyway, another greater two-cylinder club member out of Kansas City Mow. Thank you, gentlemen.
More miles, we're going to talk about a later model John Deere now. This is a 4-cylinder, 30-20 diesel. This is the new generation tractor. It was a new generation when it was new, but this is a 1968, so you can see it's not real new. John Cradle of Sedalia, Missouri owns this tractor, and as many things happen as time passes, these new generations are quite collectible. Nice piece. 30-20 was a nice size tractor.